about what people warned me about. My sister didn't want me to come out to my dad and my mom. And she said, you should just wait a decade. Maybe just wait 20 years and they're going to be dying and they'll accept you because they have to. Or maybe just wait till they die and then you'll all be happy and you can live your life. It'll be great. I accept you. My sister was just really wanting to be like the exclusive fag hag. Yes, that's what it was. But I told her, no, I'm going to do this. And 3 weeks ago, I had a conversation with my dad, right before we were at the National Equality March in Washington, D.C. And he said, I've seen you on CNN, and I love you, and I accept you as my gay son. I did not expect him to say that for a decade. Maybe 30 or 40 years, I didn't expect it. Maybe when he was on his deathbed, he said, I accept you, okay, now I'm going to die. That's when he would have accepted me. So that was such a breakthrough for me, and I wonder, what if I listened to my sister with the greatest of intentions? What if I just waited, and I just shut up, and I stayed silent, for sake of comfort? What if I didn't push it, and go through that difficult time, living with my parents for 6 months? Would I be where I am today with my dad? And so many people still say, for the sake of your comfort, or for the sake of your career, or for the sake of your standing in a homophobic environment, stay in the closet. And as we, right now, commemorate 40 years of the modern movement, I think we need to take a look at where we have been, and we can take a lesson some of the people of the older generation. A lot of people in the older generation told me you should never come out because they learned from their lessons of their oppression, and they told me that it's not worth it. And particularly being a part of the organizing committee for the National Equality March, we've heard a lot of people within our own community that said we shouldn't push it. Even with don't ask, don't tell. Look, you're going to get fired, but don't push it. Because the president's got a lot of things on his plate, and we don't want to sound like whiners. And they say it would be more politically expedient for us to just shut up and to just continue supporting with our money and with our volunteering and with our voices silently. And I wonder, have we learned anything from our own civil rights movements in our own country? Let's not just limit ourselves to the civil rights movements in America, but let's look back at another group of people who had wandered around other places for 40 years. The Israelites, when they were in captivity, so many of them had a slave mentality. And certainly there was some in an older generation among them that never got to the promised land, because they felt that they had earned something, or they had gained some kind of comfort maybe in their slave status, and their slave mentality was okay. And it was better for them not to ruffle any feathers. And they said, maybe we should wait. Well, they never saw the promised land. And I ask the people today, and I'm not just talking about people who are older generation in terms of age. That's not what I'm getting at. There is an older generation mentality in terms of slave ideology and slave mentality, as if this is the best that we can get, and we should not push, and we should wait. Well, I wonder, why should we wait, and how can we wait, when right now, tonight, there are partners of lesbian and gay soldiers that are deployed overseas, and if they don't get that phone call, then they don't know if their partner survived the night, because they're not allowed to exist. And how can we wait, when in Iraq, lesbian and gay Iraqis are being hunted by religious extremists and being killed, tortured in the most inhumane ways? And how can we wait when more than 50% of the homeless youth in our country, out on the streets tonight, are from our own community? More than 50% lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. How can we wait when all these things are going on right now? Do we wait because we're afraid of the judgment? Maybe we'd be discharged, or maybe our parents wouldn't accept us. Or maybe our churches would look at us funny? Should we wait and should we fear that? Well, I'll tell you what I fear. I don't fear the judgment of the people that are living today. And there's a lot of judgment. I fear the judgment of that lesbian or gay or bisexual or transgender child who's in elementary school right now, 4th or 5th grade, doesn't even know the word lesbian or gay or bisexual or transgender. It's not on his or her vocab list. Doesn't know how to spell it. But that's what they are, and they know that's what they are. They are the ones that judge us right now. And they will grow up, and they will ask us, everybody in this room, what did you do in 2009? What did you do when the battle was yours to be fought? Did you tell everybody that we should wait? Did you want somebody else to stand up for you? Did you say, maybe we should wait till my mutual funds get better, then I can be a first-class citizen? Maybe we should wait for the president's plate to get a little bit lighter, because that's what good battered wives do. We just continue to support, and we never get anything in return, even though we're the ones who built the table, and we're worried about a plate. Well, I wonder, if we're so worried about the judgment, do we even care about the judgment of the generations to come? Those gay and lesbian children, those bisexual and transgender children that aren't even born yet, and they will ask us, and their judgment, I tell you, will be so much more critical and so much more harsh than any kind of judgment you can get from any homophobic people living today in 2009. And they will ask you, and they will judge you harshly.